Gamer Djinn Kendor. We're here basically asking you guys, first off, please like, subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. I definitely help with a little love, guys. Since it would definitely show me that you guys have been watching and or showing me the love that this channel deserves. And what I'm going to be talking about, I was going to be talking about, one thing is going to be talking about is, well, first thing is cooking manly or is it womanly? Ladies and gentlemen, it's neither. Because cooking, it just basically means that we even turned our ability to create fire into the ability to take care of ourselves. Because we have the ability to roast anything on an open fire, right? Or cut it in pieces, turn it into a stew, and can call it food. It got to the point where we spent hours, even days, preparing meals and turning it into a buffet. Ladies and gentlemen, we turned food into an art. I've seen men and women alike turn regular ingredients into something beautiful. So beautiful, I barely want to eat it. But I will eat it because it looks so fucking good. I've seen women make amazing stews. My mother is one of them. She makes great stews, she makes the best tacos, I'll tell you that right now. And here's the thing, as a man, I know those recipes. Why? Because, one, when she's not around, God's forbid, I want to make my mom's tacos. I want to make my mom's tacos or my mom's tamales. Why do I want to make her food? Because, one, it helps me feel close to my mom, to my family, to my roots. Ladies and gentlemen, food, it is not unisex. It is not single sex or anything. It is food, ladies and gentlemen. It is art. It is connection. So, the question I'm gonna ask you guys: do you feel like only women can be in the kitchen, or only women can cook? To that question, this is my personal opinion. Anybody can cook. Anybody can become a chef. If you feel like it's your passion to cook a decent ass fucking meal and turn it into art, do it, ladies and gents. It doesn't matter, because I've heard so many bad stories where this guy goes, mind you, guy or girl, whatever, goes into a culinary art program, right? They go into culinary, the cordon bleu, whatever, right? But the parents are like, no, I want you to be in finance. No, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, let them be them. Shit, yeah. Good macaroni and cheese. Put a little crumbles on it, bake it. Hell yeah. Macaroni and cheese is delish. I have a sister that loves to make macaroni and cheese from scratch, ladies and gents. And it is bomb. It is bomb. Me, if you're asking me, I'm barely starting to understand the concept of steaks, guys. Yes, folks, I don't know how to do steaks because I don't really have very much experience with a steak. But it doesn't take too long to practice. All I have to do is be patient. There are telltale signs in the cooking. There are so many ways to practice and learn how to cook. Guys, the reason why I want to learn how to cook is because one day I might need these skills. I want to try making food, if I ever have a family, to make them happy. Would I go into Le Cordon Bleu? Hell no. No, man, I mean, I like cooking and all, but it isn't really my thing. but I don't mind learning a few recipes. That would be fun to have a little recipe here and there for whatever occasion. Nothing wrong with that. I actually learned how to do some some recipes. Like I actually know how to do butterscotch. I know a few recipes for butterscotch, not the candy, like the actual like a cake of butterscotch, kind of like a muffin or something. Mind you, the last time I did it, it didn't come out the best, but I'm pretty sure I can handle it now. It's been a while. It probably won't be for another while before I do it again. But it's possible if I'm inclined to do so. And maybe I might actually do it online. Mind you, again, it probably won't be anytime soon. But maybe if the gods are willing. If you guys want to see that, hit me in the comments. Again, some of my favorite recipes mostly are dessert recipes. I've always wanted to try a good cheesecake, guys. I've always wanted to try a cheesecake recipe. I love cheesecake personally. Good shit. Nice and creamy. And my best thing is, a lot of people say, well, a good baked cheesecake. Yes, but personally, I like the sweeter the better. So if you guys think of a good cheesecake recipe, hit me in the comments. And personally, I like fruit cheesecakes. The ones with like super delicious fruit mixed in. Oh my God. You cannot tell me you wouldn't love like a raspberry cheesecake or a strawberry one. My tails are wagging thinking about it. I once had a mango one. Ooh, it was so good. And like I said, I wouldn't know who made those cheesecakes, but I would love to give them a high five, whoever they are. And I don't care, mind you, I believe when it comes to food and a lot of other things like that, the only reason people get pissed off at some of these very short-minded traditionalists is because they're so stuck in their ways. They're so stuck into thinking, well, it can't be this, it can't be that, because that's not how it's been for 100 years. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, it's been like that for 100 years because people got used to it. Now people are wanting to do a different way, and they just can't handle it. It's been like that for years, and it's been ingrained in their head. Ladies and gentlemen, if we let that kind of thinking procreate, it's eventually going to get to the point where we can't do anything because it wasn't traditional. And in my last videos, tradition is nice and all, but if it holds you back, it isn't tradition, it's stagnation. Because there's a fine line between them. There's a fine line between a tradition and stagnating. Stagnating is basically you standing still for fear of change. And yes, folks, it is a fear. It is a fear. Don't ever tell me that it isn't, because stagnation is just basically you standing still because you are afraid you're going to upset the status quo. Guys, there's a reason why they're status quos, because those people cannot fathom that there is another way. Why? Because it's been like that for years. It's been like this for so long that they put it in their skull. There can't be any other way, right? Well, wrong, guys. There always is another way. Sometimes you just have to think outside the box. That's what we as humans have the ability to realize. We can do it. We just have to think, hey, how can we make this better? And here's what I'm going to say right now. And I know I've said this phrase is very counterproductive, but it can be used correctly. When it comes down to it, there is a way to turn the phrase for the greater good. Because usually when people say it, the the warning bells in your head go, yeah, I don't like that, because when people usually say, well, it's for the greater good, ladies and gentlemen, it's usually for only the people that in question. It's only greater. It's the greater good of people like him. It's never for the people that they intend. Why? Because some of these people can't stand the idea of, well, well, what if we do it for the people? The rich, they're always, well, fuck them. This is all about us. This is all about us, man. So, big takeaway, guys. Big takeaway. I know I went a little off barred, but big takeaway. If you feel like you are being told no because it isn't part of the status quo in your family or your tradition, ladies and gentlemen, well, then look into that family or into a tradition. Is it stagnation or is it tradition? Because there is a fine line. As I said before, oppose stagnation and support the people that have the dream, because those are the people that lead our society. They know what they're doing. Well, not necessarily. A lot of times those kind of situations are, innovation doesn't always mean you know what you're doing, but in the right way, in the right situations, innovation could turn our society from a disaster into a paradise. Mind you, if we do it correctly. Let's hope we do, guys. I hope I'm wrong in all my doom and gloom talk, and I hope everything goes well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe out there, guys. And remember, oppose stagnation. Celebrate innovation. Take care.